everybody, Alonzo here with GulfCoastSmoke.com, and today we're trying out Guga's Manuka Honey. So you might be wondering what Manuka Honey is, and according to Guga's product label, it is a product of New Zealand. It's sourced, independently tested, and packed by family-owned beekeepers that harvest real Manuka in New Zealand from the Manuka tree. This honey retains all of its natural ingredients and raw properties. Now, a few months back, I watched a video of Guga's where he actually was doing a dry-aged experiment with Manuka honey to see how tender he could get his steak in the end. He did a little bit of research in the video and found that Manuka honey has the most enzymes of all the honey, and he felt that was going to give his steak the most tender bite after, I believe, a 35 or a 45-day dry-age experiment. You guys can go to watch his channel and see that video if you're interested. We won't talk about it anymore here. If you don't know who Guga Foods is, you might be living under a rock. He has Guga Foods and Sous Vide Everything, two amazing channels. So go check them out if you're interested in seeing that. Today what we wanted to talk about is the Manuka honey itself. How does it taste? What's the difference from that and local store-bought honey? Like, I just got this honey from our local H-E-B, and I want to know, is this Manuka honey that much better? So right off the bat, one of the things I'm noticing is this honey seems much thicker. I can actually squeeze this container and it comes up as a whole. Whereas if you look at this honey here, it definitely is a lot runnier than the Manuka. So I'm going to put my spoon in. Oh yeah. You can see it's almost pasty. It almost looks kind of like caramel a little bit, I would say. And I'm not really sure what to expect. When Guga was eating this honey, he definitely seemed to be really enjoying it. So now what I'm going to do is I'm just going to taste it in comparison to the regular honey. Like I said, it's a lot thicker. You can see I turn the spoon over. It doesn't move at all. It 100% tastes like honey though. And that's really weird. I had no idea what to expect. It definitely is a lot more intense, but it tastes like honey, no doubt. No doubt that is honey. Like, if I didn't even know it was Manuka honey, I would think that it was honey that just had a different texture. So I'll try some regular honey, and you can definitely see the difference just based off of that. It's a lot runnier, not liquidy by any means, but compared to the Manuka, I would definitely say it's much more liquidy. So yeah. I mean, that's delicious too. Honey's honey, right? But, well, actually, no, honey's not honey. The difference is actually kind of insane. This Manuka honey tastes like honey on steroids, times 100, honestly. It just gives off a much more... How do I explain that? Come try it real quick. So my wife just came to this side of the camera for a second. I'll cut it out, but I was having trouble figuring out how to explain this honey to you guys, and she helped me out really well. So she tried both as well, and she agrees with me that the Manuka honey tastes like honey times 100, times 1,000. It's pretty intense. Right when you taste it, it really does just kind of explode in your mouth, and you taste it everywhere. So like, I taste it on both sides of my cheeks, the roof of my mouth, everything. When I taste the regular honey, I still obviously taste honey, but it's just in that one area. Like, if I put it on my tongue, I'm tasting it on my tongue, and it's not really coating my mouth. The Manuka honey is coating my mouth. So if you go back to the label here, you'll see that this honey retains all its natural raw properties, and I think that that might be why I'm getting that intense flavor from the honey, because this is just a lot more raw and a lot more natural than the honey that you can get at your local grocery store. So now what we want to do is we want to taste this Manuka honey on some food. So we're going to get some honey butter chicken biscuits made up here at the house, and we'll be back to talk about how it tastes in just a little bit. All right, everybody, time to eat these beautiful honey butter chicken biscuits that we made with Guga's Manuka Honey. There's nothing else to say. Let's get right into this. Honey butter everywhere. That honey butter chicken biscuit is insane. Insane. You have to go to the website and you have to see how we make those biscuits. They're super simple. The chicken, we put a fried chicken recipe on the website as well. We did this the exact same way, except for we did not use bone-in chicken. We just used boneless, skinless chicken thighs. Packs a punch of flavor. That Manuka honey, 100% is worth it in my honest opinion. So we actually paid, I believe, $37.99 with taxes and shipping. It was like 43 something to get it to my house. I'll get the exact numbers and put them down below, but it was pricey. So that's the only drawback, but I honestly think it was worth it because it's unlike any other honey I've ever had. My wife said the same exact thing. She might not think it's worth it. I'm not sure. We'll talk about it in a little bit, and she'll put a comment down below. Always look for her comments. She leaves some pretty good insight down there. We don't always agree on everything, just like any relationship. But I loved it. I loved it. It's unique. It's different. It punches you in the mouth, and you know right off the bat that you're eating a different type of honey. Guga, if you're watching, I know you never will, but great job on the Manuka honey. It turned out absolutely delicious. And if you ever come out with a second batch, I'm 100% going to buy some. As always, I really appreciate you guys tuning into this video. I'm going to eat 3 more of these minimum. Thanks, and we'll see you on the next one.